Austerlitz is why military academies still study Napoleon today. With 90,000 men, two emperors came to destroy him. By sunset, their empires were finished. Napoleon Bonaparte stood before them with barely 65,000 soldiers, tired, cold, and outnumbered. The year was 1805. Napoleon had crowned himself Emperor of France. And the old monarchies of Europe were terrified. Austria and Russia formed a massive alliance, a coalition designed to crush Napoleon before his power grew too great. They marched into Central Europe with confidence. After all, how could Napoleon win? They had more soldiers, more artillery, and two emperors commanding together. Napoleon, meanwhile, was far from France, deep in enemy territory. But what Europe did not understand yet was that Napoleon was not preparing to fight a battle. He was preparing to design one. Napoleon made a decision that shocked even his own officers. He abandoned the Pratzen Heights, the highest and most important ground on the battlefield. Any normal general would fight to hold it. Napoleon gave it away. Then he weakened his right flank, making it look vulnerable. He allowed rumors to spread that his army was exhausted, that supplies were running low, that he was desperate for peace. To the Allies, it looked obvious. Napoleon was scared. Napoleon was weak. Napoleon was about to retreat. Their plan was simple. Smash the French right flank, cut off Napoleon's retreat, destroy him in one crushing blow. Napoleon watched them prepare and smiled. December 2nd, 1805. Dawn broke over the battlefield. A thick fog covered the low ground. Visibility was poor. Soldiers could barely see 20 meters ahead. High above the fog, the Allied army held the Pratzen Heights. Confident, relaxed, convinced victory was only hours away. Napoleon rode along his lines. He told his men, "Soldiers, I will keep my eye upon you. If any man turns his back, I will shoot him myself." Then he added, "Before the sun sets, you will be victors." This was not arrogance. This was certainty. Just as Napoleon predicted, the Allies made their fatal mistake. They moved most of their army off the heights to attack the French right flank. Entire columns descended into the fog. They believed they were attacking weakness. What they were actually doing was emptying their own center. Napoleon waited. Minutes felt like hours. Then he turned to his marshals and spoke the words that decided history. "One sharp blow, and the war is over." At that moment, the fog began to lift. Sunlight broke through the clouds. French troops suddenly appeared, charging straight up the Pratzen Heights. Marshal Soult's corps struck the weakened Allied center. The Allies were stunned. They never expected an attack there. They believed the heights were safe. Within minutes, French bayonets were among them. The Allied army was split clean in two pools. Chaos followed. On the left, Russian units fought desperately. On the right, Austrian troops realized they were cut off. Orders conflicted. Messages were lost. Command collapsed. Napoleon unleashed his reserves with perfect timing. French artillery pounded the enemy from the heights. Cavalry charges smashed retreating columns. What began as an organized Allied attack turned into a total rout. The battlefield dissolved into panic. As Allied soldiers fled, thousands rushed toward frozen ponds and lakes. French artillery opened fire. The ice cracked. Men, horses, and cannons plunged into freezing water. By nightfall, the result was undeniable. France suffered around 9,000 casualties. The Allied forces lost over 36,000, killed, wounded, or captured. Two emperors fled the battlefield. Within weeks, Austria sued for peace. The Holy Roman Empire collapsed. Napoleon became the master of continental Europe. Austerlitz was complete. Military academies still study this battle today, because Austerlitz proves one eternal truth. Wars are not won by armies alone. They are won by minds. And on that cold December morning in 1805, Napoleon Bonaparte's mind changed history forever.